This is a short screencast depicting the important planetary configurations as originally defined by Copernicus back in the 16th century. First of all, Copernicus divides up the planets into two categories. We have what are first of all referred to as the inferior planets. This is Mercury and Venus. These are the planets that are closer to the Sun than the Earth. Then he also has what are called superior planets. This is Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. These are planets that are further from the Sun than the Earth. For both categories of planets, there are some important planetary configurations. Okay, depicted here on this opening slide are the important configurations for superior planets. We have the Earth being depicted here on the right-hand side of the diagram, and then here is the Sun. First of all, we have what is called opposition. Opposition is when the Earth is in between the planet and the Sun. The reason why it's called opposition is because as seen from the Earth, the planet is on the other side of the sky, the opposite side of the sky, as opposed to the Sun. Okay, the Earth remains here on this diagram, but if the planet is on the other side of the Sun like so, Copernicus refers to this configuration as conjunction. And then a little bit later on, when we get to the calculations associated with Copernicus, we have an important configuration here for superior planets that's called quadrature. With quadrature, a right angle is formed between the planet, the Earth, and the Sun like so. This then gives us right here a right triangle. Okay, and then next we have the inferior planets, and for the inferior planets, this is unfortunately where the terminology can get a little bit confusing. First of all, there are two types of conjunction for inferior planets. Over here on the left-hand side of this slide, we have depicted here what is called superior conjunction. That's where you have the Earth, the Sun, and then the planet on the other side of the Sun. And then over here on the right-hand side of the slide, Copernicus refers to this configuration as inferior conjunction. This is where you have the Earth, the planets, and then the Sun like so. So there are three types of conjunction, unfortunately. There's first of all what is just called conjunction for superior planets, and then for inferior planets, there is both superior and inferior conjunction. And then lastly, for the inferior planets, we have what is referred to as greatest elongation. Greatest elongation occurs when the planet is at its greatest angular distance away from the Sun. This is only for inferior planets. So at greatest elongation, a right triangle is formed in the following way. You have the Earth, the planet, and the Sun like so. The right angle is depicted right here on the diagram. This right triangle becomes important geometrically a little bit later on when getting to some of Copernicus's calculations.